Hey my friends, it's Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about 5 secrets to investing like a millionaire. Now I know a lot of you guys have asked me, Daniel, what do you actually do? What do you invest in? I'm going to tell you, I have stocks, I have crypto, I have all kinds of investments, too much to get into. But I want you to know that I am an investor and I'm very active. I'm always watching my stocks, I'm always watching my investments because I know how much value it adds to the marketplace and how much wealth it can build for my portfolio. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 investing secrets that I personally use that has helped me to become financially independent. So listen up. Now I'm going to tell you straight up that these are all questions that you need to ask as an investor. And the first question that you need to ask is, will it multiply? Now there's so many things that you can invest in, but the main question that you need to ask is, if I make this investment, will it multiply? Now a lot of times people think that when they make an investment and they get a 10 to 15% return, it's a great investment. And it is. What you really want to do is to first understand if you're a short-term investor or a long-term investor. A short-term investor will ask themselves, what can I do to make sure that this stock multiplies so much so that I could sell it very quickly and make a huge profit? A long-term investor is very different. When they buy a stock or a business or any form of real estate, they want to make sure that they hold it for as long as they can so they can receive a cash flow in return. So you have to decide what kind of investor you actually are. Do you want to invest in the short term and collect a quick profit? Or do you want to invest in the long term and make sure you create a cash flow? It's totally up to you. But the main question you need to ask yourself is, will it provide the dividends that I need in order to get to the place that I financially need to be? The second question that you need to ask is, will I learn from this investment? There's a lot of people that don't even consider this when it comes to their investing portfolio. But when you consider how much you can actually learn by researching your stock or researching your real estate, you can be invested into a project that you actually care about. Because once you understand your investments, you'll understand exactly how much you need to put into your investments. Remember that some investments need more attention than others. And even though different investments provide different profits and cash flows, you still need to understand what you can learn about those profits and about those cash flows. Before you decide to make an investment, you have to ask yourself, do I know everything about this product or service that I'm investing in? A lot of times people don't get the information that they need because they listen to what other people say. They hear that a stock is hot and they automatically buy it. But my friends, that is not how you make an investment. I'm not saying no one is going to get rich that way, but what I am saying is that if you decide to learn more about your investment, you'll have more control over it. And you decide to look into what that company actually does. Now, assuming that you know nothing about the industry, you should begin to examine the CEO. You should know exactly where the headquarters are located. You should know how many employees they have and if those employees are satisfied with working for the company. Those are just some of the questions that you could ask, and there are many more that you should consider asking. My friends, all I'm saying is this: learn everything you can about the investment that you're about to make, because when you do, you'll be highly informed and you'll know exactly where your money is going. The third question you should ask is, can I risk it? Can I take the money that I've saved up and put a portion of it in this investment? There's an old saying that if you can't buy it twice, then you can't afford it. And it's definitely true when it comes to investing. What you also need to consider is that if you make an investment of any type, you have to assume that you may potentially lose all the money. So for instance, if you say to yourself, I have $10,000 and I want to invest all $10,000 into this company because I believe it's going to grow, then you have to know that you may lose all that money and end up with zero. Now, of course, that's an unfortunate circumstance, but millions of people go through it every single day. Someone might say, well, that's obvious, and the fact is that it's true. But that's why you need to do your research, and that's why you need to understand the investment that you're about to make. As an investor, you have to have the courage before you make an investment. And every time I personally make an investment, I ask myself, Would I be happy with this investment if it ended back at zero? Even if I invested $100,000, I'm still gonna have that way of thinking because I understand that if I spend money in this way through that investment, that I could potentially lose it all. Now, a lot of people write me and they ask me, Daniel, I have some money I should be investing. How should I go about doing it? Well, first of all, I wanna tell you straight up that if you have less than $50,000, that you should not invest in anything except for yourself and in your business. Now, of course, you can invest a little bit in stocks or crypto or something that's very small, but don't think that that $50,000 is a lot of money, because the truth is that it really isn't. It's really a small amount of money if you're considering becoming a millionaire. Once you pass that $50,000 threshold, then you can consider buying houses. Then you can consider buying businesses. Then you can consider making a greater investment that can make a bigger impact within your community. When I was 18 years old, I felt like I was an adult. I had graduated high school, I was going through the summer, and I had $10,000. I thought to myself, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to turn this $10,000 into $100 million. I was thinking big. However, I didn't understand exactly what I'm sharing with you today, and so I made a lot of mistakes and I ended up losing all the money. You know, there's a saying that when a person with money meets a person with experience, the person with the money ends up getting the experience. And that's exactly what happened to me. I met up with more experienced people who sold me an idea and used my desperate mentality to change my whole entire circumstance. Now, am I saying to be afraid? Absolutely not. All I'm saying is be cautious and make sure you understand the risk you're running when you decide to make your investments. The fourth question you should be asking as an investor is, will it help other people? Will it add value into their life? Before you make an investment in a product or a service, you have to be conscious of how it's going to impact society. Now, I can tell you straight up, there's a lot of investments that you can make right now that would make you a lot of money, but it would end up hurting a lot of people along the way. Now, would you feel right if you invested that money and made 10 times more than you currently have, but knowing that you hurt a lot of people in the process? Probably not. And if you're a good person, you probably might not want to make that investment because you know it will be detrimental to other people. Now you have to set your own standards and decide for yourself, am I going to go against my morals or am I going to abide in what I believe in? It's very tempting to make an investment that you know can make you a lot of money, but also hurt a lot of people along the way. But I'm telling you, a lot of people do it and they don't sleep well at night because they know that what they're doing is wrong and they're perpetuating more evil in society. When I make an investment, I always make sure that that investment will directly lead to the benefit of other people. I always make sure that the profit is not only going to me, but the profit is going to the people that I want to serve through that investment. As an investor, you have to decide for yourself, am I helping other people or am I hurting other people through this investment? If you know that you're helping people, then make the investment, even if it's not as much as an investment that's hurting other people but can make you more money. As you can see, when you make an investment, morals always come into play. And the fifth and final question that I want you to ask is, will I be satisfied with this investment? You personally have to be happy with the investments that you make. Now, you can invest $100,000 and make $1 million within just a couple of months, but not be happy about it. You could be miserable because you know that the investment took so much time, energy, and effort out of your life. Now, even though you might have made a lot of money, it probably took a chunk out of your soul. There's a lot of people who are willing to give up their soul in order to achieve the gold. But my friends, you have to think differently. You have to think long term. Don't put other people's lives in jeopardy just because you want to be wealthy. Make sure you're satisfied with your investment and the time and energy it takes to create the profits and cash flow that you truly desire. All right, there you go, my friends. I just shared with you 5 secrets to investing like a millionaire. Does it work? Absolutely. You can ask any successful investor and they will agree with all 5 of these questions. My friends, this is Daniel Alley. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification button and share this video with someone that you know absolutely needs it, including your fellow investors. Follow me on Instagram and make sure to type yes if you enjoyed this video today. Again, this is Daniel Alley, and I look forward to your success in the financial world. See you in the next video.